Hello, everybody. Welcome to the very first edition of Ledger Decoded. My name is Ibrahim Abubakari. I'll be your MC for today's event. You're probably watching us wondering, what is Ledger Decoded? Who is it for and why now? It's pretty simple. Ledger Decoded is our end-of-year event targeting our customers, partners, and Ledger friends who have been with us right from the get-go till today. So kindly sit back, relax, and enjoy this 2-hour session. We have an exciting lineup of talks today, special keynote from our CEO, Pascal Gauthier, another special surprise Q&A session for you later on in the show, a demo session from our product manager team, Benjamin Arama, and many more surprises to come. So kindly sit back, relax, and enjoy this 2-hour session. So without further ado, I am excited, actually very, very honored to welcome on stage our CEO, Pascal Gauthier, who will be kicking off things with a very insightful keynote session. So Pascal Gauthier, welcome to Ledger Decoded.
Hello.
Welcome.
Ibrahim, hi.
Great.
We both had coronavirus, so we thought it was okay for now to shake hands. Should we sit down?
Please.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm very excited to be here today to tell you all about Ledger. Ledger had a very exciting year. Crypto had a very exciting year, and there are many things that we want to share today. And at Ledger, we pride ourselves at being very transparent. So again, I'm very happy to be with you today. So why are we here? First, I want to tell you what we achieved in 2020. And then I'm going to tell you what is the plan for 2021. It's very simple. Everything really starts with our mission at Ledger. Our vision is this: critical digital assets are the new oil, and securing them is the most important challenge for the coming years. What we call critical digital assets are those digital assets that you can actually own and that are very important and that you don't want to lose. Bitcoin actually was the first example of a digital asset that someone can own. And so what is our mission? We provide top-notch security to critical digital assets for consumers, institutional investors, combined with the most seamless user experience. Basically, what we want to do for you is to make it secure and easy to use. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room. We had a data breach in July, and as a result, partially, we have phishing campaigns going on right now. I would like to say, and Ledger would like to say, that we're sorry. As a security company, we agree that these things shouldn't happen. But it has happened. But fear not, your funds are safe. And also, Ledger is doing a lot in order to remedy to the situation and make it safer for our users. So what are we doing? First, we patch the breach, first and foremost. Then we warn you guys, our users, by email, social media, website, media. We file a complaint, and that's still going on. We've written a lot of pieces, educational pieces for our users. We have a task force that is taking down every scammer's website. As soon as we know, we report them. We have a customer success team that is working 24/7 on the matter and replying to every email that we receive. And we have reviewed our data policy to make it more efficient. What more can we do to stop the scammers? First of all, I shall remind you that the best thing to stop the scammers is to never share your 24 words with anyone, including Ledger. No one should never ask you for your 24 words. That's a sacred rule. If you respect that rule, you're safe. The two only places where you can put your 24 words are either in your Nano, S or X. It's a security device that has been designed specifically for that purpose, or on your recovery sheet. And you never share your recovery sheet with anyone. Again, never share your 24 words with anyone, even if it's Ledger, and even if you think at the moment that you're being asked that the ask is legitimate. No one should never ask you for your 24 words. We will never repeat that enough, and we'll put it everywhere where we can put it to make sure that you remember never to share your 24 words. And of course, to help the community fight the scammers, you can report phishing website to Google Safe Browsing. The more we report those websites, the better it will be, and the more we'll fight the scammers. So again, on behalf of Ledger, on my personal behalf, we apologize, and we're doing everything that we can to recover. What we've done, though, very important, is we hired a world-class Chief Information Security Officer. Matt Judson is a former police officer, Australian police officer. He's a very seasoned CISO in the industry. He's worked at massive companies such as Ingenico and Visa, and he decided for his next career move that he wanted to take on the issue of crypto and join Ledger as our new CISO. We're very happy to welcome him, and we feel Matt will make a huge difference to make Ledger an even safer place going forward. Now that this is said, let's go to 2020. So what has happened? Ledger Live has been our focus. This is what has happened for Ledger in 2020 for you guys. We made Ledger Live, the software companion, a better product. We believe right now that it's the best hardware wallet software companion. And it might be one of the best software wallet in the world. So why? First, we support 27 blockchains. It's more than anyone else in the market. On those 27 blockchains, 4 of those are major staking coins. And now you can delegate your staking and or stake your coins through Ledger Live, which is brilliant. Not just blockchains and coins, but also tokens, plus 291 tokens for ERC20, plus 19 on Algorand, plus 15 on Tron. We try to do everything that we can to support your beloved tokens. But it's not just that now. You know, Ledger Live has changed a lot, and from just securing your assets and being your preferred cold storage device, now Ledger Live has become the one-stop platform for your crypto. Now you can buy, sell Bitcoin and other crypto through our partner Coinify. You can swap through our partner Changely, and you can lend through Compound. And you'll see more to come. Most of these new coins and new features, you've asked for them. But you've also asked for new features on existing coins. And the king of coins today, Bitcoin, lacked many features on your Ledger Live experience. And we fixed that. You have now coin control and full node on your Ledger Live. And this is amazing for the Bitcoin community, and we had a lot of positive feedback on the release of these 2 features. And we're very happy that we've done that for you guys this year. And of course, for the Ethereum fans, I'm very pleased that in 2020, the NanoX now supports Ethereum 2.0. It was very important that Ledger would be first. We are first in doing so, and we'll do more in 2021 when it comes to Ethereum and this new protocol. And you guys liked it. You know, this is a select few pieces of your comments on Twitter. But you're going to say, okay, well, you only took like the 6 or 7 guys that made a positive comment on what Ledger has done last year or in 2020. Actually, not quite, because you guys vote by buying our devices, 2.2 million devices sold, by using Ledger Live, more than 1.2 million users in 2020, but also by rating us, because we constantly look for feedback, and your rating is really appreciated. The customer satisfaction score is 71 at Ledger. It's actually a very good score. It's considered that above 70%, it's very positive. The Net Promoter Score is at 64 at Ledger, and is considered excellent above 50. It's a very, very high score for a company like Ledger. And on Amazon, we have a 4.6 star on our reviews, which also is a very high rating. So first of all, thank you for all the feedback. Thank you for the great ratings. But this is a testimony that shows that Ledger has provided you a good service for 2020, and we'll try to do even better for 2021. So what's ahead in 21? More of the same. We're going to do more coins. With a big focus on Ethereum 2.0, but also cool coins like Polkadot, but many other coins. Most importantly, third-party foundations will be able to develop the support of their currency on Ledger Live. This is something really that's going to change in 2021. It's not solely Ledger who will be able to add coins on Ledger Live, but also we want to partner with a lot of foundations and give them the documentation so they can do the work themselves and bring their coins to Ledger Live for their communities. This is a major change, and we've been working hard in 2020 to make it happen in 2021. And that's the work that we do in the shadows that you don't see. It's a very exciting development for 2021, to create a network of developers around Ledger and Ledger Live. More UX improvements. So as you can see on this slide, there is a long list. I'll probably focus on just a few. Translation is one. You guys have given us a lot of feedback that you want your ledger translated, and which is fair. And so that's what we're going to do. And we have hired a task force to actually deliver that to you in 2021. Buy and swap for everyone and everywhere. The buy and swap features that we have right now in Ledger Live are good for some regions, not so good for others. And so we're just going to try to map our users and make sure that you have the best buy and swap experience wherever you are. Regulated, good for your credit card, good for wire transfer, and United States is top of our mind right now. Address book also is very interesting. You're going to be able to send from nano to nano very easily money to your friends using the address book. That's a very cool feature, very important, that we're going to bring to market in 2021. And finally, maybe the complete portfolio secure asset plus your assets on exchanges. So making sure that Ledger Live can be your one-stop shop where you'll be able to see your assets that are secure on your ledger, but also add your exchanges so you can see assets that you have on exchanges. So those are actually few of the many UX improvements that we can have next year, but Benjamin will walk you through that later on in his presentation. More DeFi integration. We did Compound just now, but many exciting stuff in 2021. More Bitcoin features, making sure that Bitcoin communities find absolutely what they need with Ledger Live and Ledger. And of course, Ethereum 2 staking. That's going to be one of the big focus of the start of the year. We already support Ethereum 2 with the Nano X, but we'll bring it into Ledger Live and we make sure that you can stake your Ethereum 2 with your Ledger Live. That's very exciting, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. We're also going to do many other things that you've asked for. You've asked for a Ledger debit card to spend easily your crypto worldwide. That we're going to do. You've asked for multisig for maximum of assets. Also, that we're going to do. And to achieve all these things, you might already know, because the news has been very popular and we released it this week, that we hire world-class talent, Ian Roger, to be our Chief Experience Officer. And Ian will lead the way now for the company when it comes to our consumer business division. And so everything that is related to the nanos and the Ledger Live experience. We're very happy to have Ian on board. Ian is a very seasoned entrepreneur. He's an amazing leader. He's someone who went through the music online revolution. He's someone who went through the internet revolution. And so now we're very happy that he's going to be with us to lead that crypto revolution. Welcome, Ian. Welcome to Ledger, and I hope you're going to have fun with all of us. Yes, Ian will join officially January 2021, so don't send him email yet, just wait a few weeks. And to finish, one more thing. All of that I presented, we're going to do in 2021. We're going to do our best to do it in 2021. And we'll meet again next year to present what we've achieved in 2021. So same time next year, we'll do that again. And same time next year, we'll present our secret project. Throughout 2021, Ledger is working on a great project. I cannot tell you what it is. I can just tell you that we'll be presenting it same time next year to you guys, and hopefully you'll be very excited. I know I am. The team at Ledger, we are all very excited about this, and we'll present it to you same time next year. All right, and now I would like to welcome back Ibrahim on stage. And I also like to invite our special guest of the day and ask Ian Rogers to join me on stage.
Thank you, Pascal.
Thank you.
All
How's
right.
it going?
So I guess this is the time you've all been waiting for, the Q&A session. I have a few questions here already coming in from YouTube Live. And the first question, I think, goes directly to Yan. It says, what really convinced you to join Ledger? I bet you received this question many times.
Yeah, and so that's why I wrote a blog post for friends and family to try to get them to understand. And I think, again, when I left grad school in 1995 to go on tour with a band as the web guy, and no one knew what the web was, I don't think anyone understood then either. So I think it's to be expected. But it is that, I mean, for me, I remember when there was not a web browser for Windows or Mac. It was only available for X Windows, and we believed that this World Wide Web thing, might be something. And I remember when you ripped your CDs with a command line ripper, and we knew that digital music was going to be the future and that compact discs were not the future, even though it wasn't clear that there would be an iPod that would come from Apple, and that later there would be an iPhone with things like Spotify and Pandora on it. So I think that, for me in my life, there are these things, particularly with technology, where you feel this intersection of technology and humanity, which is just kind of undeniable. And for me, it's like the call of the wild. If you're a wolf and you hear the call of the wild, you run into the forest. And so for me, I've known Pascal now for almost 5 years, and we talk about this every chance we get. So I'm very familiar with the business. And when there's an opportunity, I said, okay, put me in, coach.
Right. Awesome. Thank you so much. And I think this question is rightfully for Pascal. It says, at what point did you realize, okay, Yan Rogers is truly the one for this role?
I mean, technically, I think it was 2 years ago. We met with Ian, sort of 5 years ago, and we've always been, sort of discussing about, ideas and business and everything, really. But 2 years ago, we started discussing more specifically about crypto and Bitcoin, and we kept the conversation alive for 2 years. And when the conversation was, what do you say in English, riped, like it was, it was right,
yes.
Riped and right at the same time. Then he made everything was suddenly very easy, because we had discussed this for so long, and then we shared the same vision for the market. And everything that Ian just said, the revolution of the internet, the revolution of music on the internet, and just how technology can profoundly change how people do things. I think we see eye to eye on this. And so from this vision, then the only thing to do now is execution. Go to market. And for this, with the ambitions that Ledger has, it was very clear that we need the caliber of Ian in terms of vision, leadership, and execution to really make sure that crypto takes its place in the world, and that Ledger takes its rightful place also in that new crypto world. And not just crypto, critical digital assets, the vision that I shared earlier. I think it's a way for people to claim back their freedom. I think it's a way for people to claim back their digital lives that belongs mostly to third parties today. You belong to Google, you belong to Amazon, you belong to your government, your bank, etc. I mean, your data is somewhere else, it's not with you. With Bitcoin, suddenly it's with you. And the vision that we have for these critical digital assets is that increasingly in the future, people will want and or will need to claim that property back and then delegate the rights to use it as they see fit. But we think it's where history is going, and we think also that technology needs to be developed in order to enhance users and give them the ability to do exactly what I just described. And when you pitch something like that, and and someone tells you, actually, you know what, I believe you, then you know that you got a match.
All right. Okay, that's great. I have another question that goes directly to Yan as well. It says you're coming from the music industry. You've done luxury as well. What makes a cool guy like you want to join a crypto firm like Ledger?
I think that the big secret that anyone who knows me is not such a secret is that I'm not that cool. I'm actually a geek who just got lucky. I've been a music fan my whole life. What happened to me is I started working with computers when I was 8 years old, because I had a stepdad who had computers in the house. When I was 14, he and my mom divorced, and so there were no computers in the house anymore. So it was just skateboards and music. And so those are my two personalities. I'm both of those people. I'm the person who was, started teaching computer classes when I was 10, and I'm the person who was doing nothing but skating when I was 15. And then I put it all together in college and started working with digital music. And then working with digital music, I just got lucky, and one of my favorite bands in the world called me up and said, "Hey, we get this. We want your help." And I think there's actually a cultural reason for that. I think that Beastie Boys, if you're familiar with them, are a band that come from punk rock culture. And I always said anybody who made a magazine with a Sharpie and a photocopier understood the internet immediately. So it's more of those roots than actually being cool. I think there's something geeky in record collecting. There's something geeky in I don't know, in kind of punk rock culture that we come from. So for me, my career has been kind of intertwined between those two things. I think the thing though that I love, and what I really consider myself that I hope I bring to Ledger, is more than anything, I think I'm a student of how the internet is changing culture and changing humanity. Right. And I think that was kind of interesting in 1996, because you're like, wow, the promise of this is really big. And now here we are on the other side of the social dilemma, and we're like, whoa, wait, hold on. This is, when we're looking at what's going on in the world, it's not a couple 100,000 people on Usenet anymore. This is 4.5 billion people with smartphones. And so, I think that the stakes are just a lot higher. And that's kind of, for me, what I feel about Ledger is it's a similar transformation, but we're not talking about your music files, we're talking about your savings, right? And so, there's sort of, this is, I guess I'm just trying to explain kind of who I am and what draws me to this. And I guess actually I'm not that cool. I've just been around cool people.
All right, that's great. All right, I have another question, which is a product question. I bet, Pascal, you'll be excited to hear this one. It says, what is the future of my expensive Ledger Blue? Must I still use it? And yes, so the person wants to know, where do we go with our Ledger Blue?
Sure. I mean, the future of your Ledger Blue, first the question is, does it still work? If it works, use it. And there's no reason why you shouldn't use it. Now we also very clear, and maybe to all of our users, something that has to be said is, once you take care of your own money, it becomes also your responsibility. And so therefore, it is your responsibility to look for information, and not just to wait that information is being fed to you. It's a very proactive thing that you have to do, and you have to think about it, and you can't really stop thinking about it for a few years and then think about it again. It's like, so suddenly you have this responsibility, and so you need to worry a little bit about it. And so typically for Ledger Blue, I think we documented everything. So I would say, probably I'm not going to give you the answer now. I'm going to tell you, look on the website, because everything is there. And if you don't find something there, just send me an email, pascal@ledger.fr. But honestly, I doubt that you send me an email, because we documented everything related to the Ledger Blue a long time ago.
All right, thank you so much. And there's another important question here that says, when could we expect a new hardware wallet?
That's a great question, and I won't give you an answer also. I will just tell you that hardware innovation is one of our 6 priorities for 2021. So it's something that is high in our list. But be that as it may, we also have to acknowledge that the Nano S and the Nano X are doing a fantastic job at securing assets. Nano S has been designed in 2016, and we're in 2020, and it still does the job very well. Nano X is a superior product and is really great. This is what I use personally, and it just works really well. And the combined experience with the S, the X, and Ledger Live had just gotten so much better in 2020, and we're going to make it so much better in 2021 that I think these products are good for the next few years. But again, hardware innovation is at the heart of what we do, and this is what we do at Ledger. We try to be innovative. So more to come soon.
All right, thank you. Talking about priorities, there's a question for you, Ian. It says, would like to know what are some of your key priorities when you join Ledger?
Well, first of all, it's just getting to know everything that I need to know, and I'm definitely trying to stay open in terms of not making my mind up about exactly what is needed too quickly. But I think that first and foremost is to support the existing business. I mean, there's as Pascal just said, the existing products work incredibly well. I personally started with a Blue, and now I use an X as my main device, and I have a backup of the S, and I look at Ledger Live pretty much every day. So I have the consumer side familiarity with the product, and been talking to the team about the product roadmap. But my start date is 1 month from today, so I'll wait until I make any sweeping predictions. Okay. But I'll say that from my perspective, the core promises of the company are number one, security. Number two is ease of use, and I think that the entire space is early in the curve when it comes to ease of use. So I think certainly making sure that everything is easy for anyone who wants to at this moment use the product is the top priority. And then what services do the customers need, and what services do you build around them? As Pascal has said, you've got buying, you've got swapping, you've got staking, you've got but there's a long road from there to making this mainstream. And also, as Pascal said, from my perspective, and what draws me to the company is that this is not just about crypto. It is about securing digital assets. We've moved from this past where, what the internet did that we all loved 20 years ago was it unlocked unlimited distribution. And now we have the ability to have scarce goods on the internet, and there is an entire ecosystem to build around that. So I'm betting on, I'm betting with taking this job, I'm betting my personal opportunity cost on security, privacy, cryptocurrency being three things that are more valuable tomorrow than they are today, and this being the best company in the world that does those things.
All right, thank you so much. So there's another question here for Pascal, I guess. It says, we mentioned translation. Which languages are we translating into? Which 5 languages?
We will unveil that very soon. But basically, we're going to start with the main planet languages. So those languages where you suddenly touch, hundreds of millions of people in one go. So something like simplified Chinese, French, Spanish, Russian, say again? Arabic, voilà. So we're gonna start like that, and then we'll expand from there. But there is the 5 big ones that we'll do first, okay. And then we'll go from there.
All right, great, thanks. And talking about languages, there's a user who goes like, Yen, we know you have an American accent. When will the French accent be coming in?
Oh man, I think I might be too old for that. It's a good question. I've been here for 5 years, and as Pascal will attest to, the amount of French I speak is embarrassing. Actually, as my girlfriend's 6-year-old would attest to, the amount of French I speak is embarrassing. I apologize in advance to the Ledger team.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's all
right.
I'm counting on you. This is my challenge to the Ledger team. Please speak to me in French. I may respond in English. I may say what and make you repeat, but please do. It was actually one of my employees at LVMH said, you need to make the Ledger team speak to you in French.
Well, Ledger team, you heard him. You have to give him the French accent by the time he starts working with you. All right, there's a question for both of you. It says, would like to know what's in both your crypto portfolios?
Oh, it's a very simple answer. I never talk about my crypto, so...
What about you, Ian?
I feel like, I was comfortable saying, but now Pascal's kind of convinced me that I shouldn't talk about, my crypto.
But again, you should never talk about your crypto. Think about this, how often do you go on stage somewhere or publicly say, what you own, where, in terms of real estate, in terms of cash, in terms of gold, and how you've made your investments. These are very private things, and you should keep them very secret. And so this is no joke. Crypto, and especially with the price right now, this is not something that you should lightly talk about. But what you can say, though, to give there is an obvious answer, which is, Bitcoin is 67% of the market cap today, followed by Ethereum, and both combined actually close to 80% of the market cap. So I would say this is the bulk of what everyone owns, obviously. And then there is the rest. And so the way that you can think about your crypto journey is really the way that you think about your investments. Like, are you going long? Do you want to trade? Are you having fun trading those tokens, etc.? It's however you want it for you. But from a ledger perspective, the only message that we have is, stay secure. We make it easy to use for you. And security is your problem, and so therefore, in terms of communication, what you say, etc., don't go on Twitter and say that you just made a lot of money with crypto. Like, don't do those things.
All right, thank you.
And what I'll say is that I'm long and relatively conservative with the asset allocation.
All right, thank you so much. There's another question here that says, do you plan to allow for purchasing crypto on Coinbase and other platforms?
Say again, what's the question?
Do you plan to allow for purchasing crypto on Coinbase and other platforms?
For purchase in crypto?
Yeah.
It kind of automatically goes to your wallet, I guess, instead of needing to send it.
I mean, it's not. We described the plans earlier. I mean, and Benjamin will come for. Let's save that question for Benjamin later.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
When will we have the option to connect Ledger with other nodes?
Well, soon. I think it's really soon now. I think it's in the next release or. Another question for Benjamin. I see Benjamin here. Like, let's keep that question for Benjamin.
Guys,
He's itching. Put him on.
We're going to leave that on for our product manager on Ledger Live. So we'll answer your question later on with that one. Okay. I guess, let me see if I have more questions coming in before. All right, I'll just quickly check this.
Well, it's good. I mean, considering the last questions, I think it's time for for Benjamin and have like a deep dive in the product.
All right. So before you take leave, is there anything you would like to share with the community, our partners, our customers? What would you like to share to both of them? Is there anything you would want them to keep with them from this event tonight?
Sure, but I would keep it very simple. And high level. First, never share your 24 words. If you follow that one simple rule, you're good. You can only type your 24 words on your Ledger Nano S or X and put it on your recovery sheet and never show this to anyone. So that's one rule to follow in 2021. And maybe the last message is 2021 should be fun for crypto. We talk to our board very often, and last time we raised money was actually at the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, so right at the top of the last bull run. And when we raised money, we said to them that the bear market would come. We didn't realize it would come that quickly after we raised, but so they were not too surprised when the bear market arrived, and it dropped very very quickly. And then we had to say something new and something else. And so we said, 18, not a good year. 19, not a good year. 20 will start picking up again. 21 is the bull market. So that was our prediction. So far, 18 we were right. 19 we were right. 20 we were absolutely right. And what we've done was to build and to invest during the bear market to arrive in the bull market with a very good product, which I think it is what we've achieved. That's what we've done. And so if our predictions are right, 2021 should be extremely fun. Enjoyable for everyone, and we'll keep on building and make sure that we stay super secure, we make it easier to use, and we bring a bunch of additional services now with the help of Ian.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, and I just want to say thanks everybody for welcoming me, and thanks to the community as well. We'll do our absolute best for you.
All right, thank you so much. So, guys, you heard it all. Up next, thank you very much, Pascal and Ian. Up next, we have a demo session with Benjamin Arama to give us a deep dive into today's Ledger Live. Benjamin, welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to be here today to present you Ledger Live on mobile. Today I'm going to present you all the features that we integrated in 2020. When Ledger Live was launched, it was just a desktop app, and we added Ledger Live on mobile in 2019 when Ledger Nano X was added. Ledger Live used to be just a companion app, and we've worked hard in order to make it a crypto management app. So when you arrive on the app, you can see the portfolio with the value of all your assets. You can navigate through the graph to see the evolution of the portfolio throughout the year, the month, or the week. Under the graph, you can see all the transactions that happened in the past, and you can see the details of a transaction by clicking on it. On top of the graph, you can see an asset allocation through a pie chart, and you can navigate through all the assets that are in your portfolio. You also had the accounts, where you can see a list of all the assets that are in your portfolio, whether they are coins or tokens. You can also manage your device and go through the settings in order to configure your app. So we had two main goals this year: provide a one-stop shop experience for the users and improve the UX in order to ease the use of the app. So what's the first feature that we integrated this year? If you go to transfer, you can click on buy, and you'll see that you can now buy crypto assets securely and easily in Ledger Live with our partner Coinify. So if I click on buy now, I'm going to say I'm going to buy Bitcoin. I'm going to select the account where I want the assets to go and the device that is linked to this account. So as you can see, you can now open in one click the Bitcoin app on your device. You don't have to navigate through the device. Now you have to enter the amount you want to buy. So let's say I'm going to buy 100 euros of Bitcoin. I'm going to select credit card. I can see a full summary of my transaction. I accept the terms and conditions and go to payment. Now is the security part. You'll have to verify that the address that is displayed and transferred to Coinify is the same one than the one on the device. So as you can see, it's the same one. I can approve. And this address is the one that's going to be used by Coinify. Now I have to enter my credit card details. So enter my name, my credit card number, the expiry date, and the CVV. I click on Pay Now. My bank is going to ask for an authentication, so I'm going to do it right now. And it's done. Just a few clicks, I managed to buy Bitcoin and secure them automatically on my Ledger Nano X. So I click on Finish, and I can check what's the status of the transaction in the history of the feature. So as you can see, I have a full list of transactions in here, and the transaction is going to be completed soon. The second feature that we added this year is the swap. We are very excited to integrate the swap in Ledger Live because it gives you the possibility to exchange one crypto to another easily, securely, and directly. We partnered with Changely in order to integrate this feature in Ledger Live, and we worked hard with them in order to create a secure channel between your app and their servers. So let's do a swap. I click on Transfer, Swap. I select my device. I select the origin account, so I'm going to exchange Bitcoins against USDTs. Again, I select the account and click on continue. I'm going to sell, let's say, 0.005 Bitcoins, which does around 93 USDTs. Click on continue, review my transaction, and if I'm okay with it, again continue, accept the terms and conditions, and review the transaction on the device. So I open the Exchange app, I now can review my transaction on my device. I can see that I send the right amount, that I get the amount that I was supposed to receive. I see the fees. And if I'm okay with all of that, I can double click and accept and send. The transaction has been broadcasted, and you can now see that you have a transaction that is pending with an ID. If you click on continue, go to the swap, and in the history, you can see all the operations that are either done, cancelled, or pending. You will receive your assets in less than 30 minutes on your device. Everything will be secured, and you don't have to do anything else. We've shown you how to expand your crypto horizons by either buying or swapping assets. We are now going to show you how to grow your assets. The first features that gives you the possibility to grow your assets is the lending. We partnered with Compound in order to provide you this feature. In order to lend, I go to the account, so Tether account. I click here and I can see a new option that is lend. So I click on lend and I'm going to have to approve this account first in order to do the lending. The approval is a simple feature that lets you transact with the smart contract of Compound. So I agree with the terms of service and I can see 3 simple steps that explain you what's going to happen during the lending. So you approve the account, you deposit assets to earn interest, and you withdraw assets at any time. So I click on Lend Now, continue. I can review the full transaction, select the device. I open the Ethereum app. Review the transaction on the device. And if I'm okay with it, I confirm. The operation is successful. I can now do my lending. Once the approval has been done, you can now lend your assets. So I click on lend, supply, and I'm going to supply 100% of my account, which represent around 201 USDT. I click on continue, review the transaction, select the device, I can review the transaction on my device. I can see that it's the smart contract of Compound that's going to receive the asset. And I can accept and send if I'm okay with the transaction. The transaction is successful. I can now see that I lent $200 and my current APY is 3.03% per year. So the rewards are sent automatically, and when you withdraw both your money and the rewards. If you want to withdraw, it's simple. You just click on the transaction, lend, and withdraw. The withdrawal will be done with just one click on your device, the same way that you did the lending. The second way to grow your asset is the staking. The staking is an easy way to delegate your assets to a validator, and this validator will use your assets in order to validate blocks. It's very secure since you don't give your assets to this validator, but just gives him the right to use those assets. The assets are still secured on the device at any time. So let's begin. You can click on Accounts. I'm going to do the staking with Tezos. So I select my Tezos account and click on Earn Rewards here to check how it works, and click on Delegate to earn rewards. Ledger is going to select randomly a partner. In here, you can see that it's Baking Tacos, the name of the validator. And you can see that this validator is able to provide you a 5.64% APY. If you're not happy with this one, you can change it easily and check, for example, that money every 3 days, the name of the validator, is going to give you 5.78% per year. If you're okay with that, you can click on Continue, select the device, open the Tezos app, and review your transaction on the device to see if it fits with what you see on the phone. If you're okay with it, you confirm. The transaction is broadcasted. You can now go back to the account and see that your delegation is in the list, and you'll receive your rewards every 3 days on Tezos directly on your account, and those assets will be compounded so that all the rewards that you get will generate new revenues on top of the one that you got before. We've now seen how you can buy, swap, and grow your assets, but let's say you want to sell your assets. You want to go back to regular fiat money. That's possible now in Ledger Live. You can go on Transfer, go to the Sell tab, Sell, select your device, the asset, and the account. But with the price of Bitcoin today, I'm not going to sell. We have been working on transactional features, but we also worked hard on our UX. In the beginning of the year, we introduced a new manager. So if you go in Manager, select your device, you can now see all the apps that are installed on the device and the memory that they take on the device. You can see which apps are installed. You can install multiple at the same time. And you can also uninstall the one you don't want to use anymore. There is also the possibility to update them in one click. And if you have a firmware update, the Live will remember all the apps that were installed on your device and will reinstall them automatically once the update is done. We also added a feature that has been requested in the past, which is the Discrete Mode. So you can now hide the value of your portfolio and your accounts if you don't want to show it to someone. On desktop, we also added a very appreciated feature, which is the coin control. But for Bitcoins, that's not it. Very soon, you'll be able to use your own full node on the desktop Ledger Live for Bitcoin. The full node will come in experimental mode first, and a few weeks after, it's going to be available for everyone. One last improvement that we did this year is one that has been requested for a very long time. It's the dark mode on mobile. So if you go in the settings and in general and theme, you can select either light, dusk, or dark. So if I select dusk, you can see that you now have a Ledger Live Mobile on dark mode. This feature will be available before the end of the year. This concludes this Ledger Live presentation. I want to thank all the teams and partners that have been working really hard in order to provide you this great experience. We are now going to move on to the testimonials, and then we have a Q&A. Thank you very much.
Crypto Dad here, and today I'd like to talk about the great features in Ledger Live, the go-to software for managing your Ledger Nano cryptocurrency hardware wallets. So let's get started. The first thing you're presented with is the portfolio interface, where you can see the total dollar value of all the cryptocurrency that you're managing in Ledger Live. There's even a breakdown of all of the different cryptocurrencies and the percentages that they make up in your portfolio. There's also a very powerful tool called the Manager. Now, this is the area where you can manage all of the apps on your device. So the apps basically install private keys for different cryptocurrency wallets. And so this is where you can add and remove all of these different cryptocurrency apps. The next area I'd like to talk about is the account interface. Now, this is where you actually manage your cryptocurrency wallets. You can see your current balance, you can send and receive, and you'll notice there that I can manage multiple Bitcoin wallets. And then I also have several different types of cryptocurrency wallets that I can manage all right here in the Ledger Live interface. And you'll also notice here in the Ethereum wallet that I can manage multiple ERC20 tokens from within Ledger Live as well. So all in all, it's a great software tool for managing multiple cryptocurrency wallets where you have the private keys stored safely and securely on your Ledger Nano device.
Thank you very much, Guy from Coin Bureau, and as well as Crypto Dad for all those great testimonials. And thank you, Benjamin, as well for a great demo session as well. Our audience, our live audience, have very interesting questions, tons of questions actually, for you now, which I'll be very glad for us to go through. The first question says, what are the plans for Ledger Live on decentralized finance?
So we are really interested in decentralized finance. By the end of the year, we are going to release a feature that is with a partner called Wallet Connect. This will let you sign a transaction on decentralized app with your Nano directly in Ledger Live. So it's going to ease the transaction on decentralized app. So that's the first step that's going to happen by the end of the year. Then next year, we are going to continue to work on decentralized finance. We are going to integrate features like a decentralized swap. We are also going to integrate more partners for the lending than compound. So it means also more assets, more partners. And also we are still interested in more features. We are exploring stuff like NFTs, for example.
All right, okay. All right, thanks for that. There's another question that says, do you plan to allow for purchasing crypto on Coinbase and other platforms?
I mean, we're open. Like, anyone want to come can come. If Coinbase want to come, like, they're welcome in Ledger Live. We want to provide the best experience to our users, and if Coinbase can help this experience improvement, then they are very welcome on Ledger Live. So Coinbase or anyone is very welcome to help us provide the best experience to our crypto users.
All right, there you have it. Another question that says, when will we have the option to connect Ledger with our nodes?
So you won't have to wait for too long, because it's going to be available in experimental mode next week.
All right.
So it's very soon. We have just a few things to check before releasing officially, and so next week is going to be the experimental version that you can test if you activate it in the experimental features in the settings. And 2 weeks after that, it's going to be the official release. So it's very soon, and we are very excited to have your feedbacks on it.
All right, great. So it's coming out just next week. So keep your calendars marked for next week.
Also, maybe just a precision, it's going to be just on desktop and not on mobile.
All right, perfect. I have another question that says, what new assets are you going to work on?
So we are going to integrate at least 2 new assets that are for sure for next year. We are already working in the integration of Polkadot, and the one that's going to come after is going to be Ethereum V2.
Okay.
You'll be able to see your assets on live, but also we are working on a staking feature directly in Ledger Live. So that's one of the biggest projects of 2021, and we want to be part of it, so that's why we are working on that. That's the one that are for sure, and of course we are always open to other options, but they are not sure, and I don't want to make fake promises.
Okay, all right, I agree. There's also a question that says, are you planning to incorporate Xiaomi Secret?
So we know about it, we think about it, but we think more about recovery in general. The recovery sheet is a piece of paper next to a huge technology that is blockchain and cryptocurrency, and we are sure that Ledger is able to bring something to the market, improve this technology, and Xiaomi secret sharing could be an option in order to improve the recovery, but it's not the only option, and we want to find the best one. So it's an option, but it's not sure it's going to be the one.
All right. So I think those are the questions I have for Benjamin. Before you take leave, well, this is the last part of the show. Is there anything you would want to leave our customers with regards to Ledger Live today? Any advice, any take on today's Ledger Live?
First, that's the one. I'm going to repeat what Pascal said. Never share your 24 words. Keep them for yourself. That's the message that we want to share with everyone, because that's very important. That's why you buy a Nano in the end. You buy it to secure your 24 world, and so that no one apart from you can access them. So that's the first message. The second one is that this year we have been working really hard, and I really thank the Ledger Live team and all the people that have been working with you. We have been working really hard in order to provide a new experience. We went from a companion app of the device to a really digital asset, to a real digital asset management app. So that's something that took us a lot of energy, and we are really proud of it. I hope you really enjoy it, and if you have feedbacks, please do them. We have Reddit, we have Twitter. We listen to everything, even though we can't answer to everything. We listen and we read it. So those are the things that we focused on. And last, we focus also on the UX. We know that it's not always perfect, but we are always trying to provide a better one. We began the year with the manager, and we think it's pretty cool now compared to what it was before. We are also working on a brand new onboarding that's going to explain you better what you're doing with your Nano. So this one's going to come also by the end of the year, and this onboarding will help all the new people that come to our platform to understand what they do and to understand the interest of being to have financial freedom.
All right.
And it's not going to be over. We are going to continue in 2021 to improve the UX. We are going to try to redo the entire portfolio of the accounts. So it's never over, and we get your feedbacks in order to improve our application.
All right, thank you so much, Benjamin. 2 questions came in, and I feel they are very important. First one is it possible to buy Bitcoin in Ledger Live without KYC?
Sadly, no, but it's a question of regulation. We can't sell cryptocurrencies without the user providing the KYC. We would love to, but sadly, we have to answer to the regulation.
All right, okay. And the last one, Christmas is around the corner. And this person wants to know what you're planning to buy for Christmas, during Christmas, basically.
I already bought my Christmas gift, and it's going to leave in vacation because I really need it.
Wow, you're an early shopper then.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
I'm also going to buy Bitcoin probably, but
Okay.
that's not a Christmas gift. That's an all-year-long gift.
Okay, all right, great. So thank you, guys. Let me see. I think before we take leave, okay, the questions keep coming in. I think everybody is enjoying your session.
Sure.
Will you be making a new model anytime soon
A new model.
of Ledger Live?
A new model. I mean, we are improving it a lot, and it's more incremental. I mean, it's not like we are doing like a brand new one that's completely new, starting from scratch. It's more like gradually.
Okay.
Like, so next year, by the end of the year, we're going to see the new onboarding. So that's going to be a big part of the app. And next year, you're going to see the portfolio and the accounts that are going to be completely changed.
All right, so I'll give you this last question. Hopefully, if nothing else pops up on my screen, then we're good to give you your
you can ask all the questions. I'm here for that.
Your time to leave. The last question I have here is, how does a person know that the Ledger Live app is the real one when you download it?
Can you repeat it? Sorry.
So you've just downloaded the Ledger Live app. How do you know it's the real one?
Well, so for desktop, there is a hash you can compare. So that's the first one, and you have to make sure that you download it on the website of Ledger. That's the best way to know that's the right one. Also, of course, I think the fake ones are 100% going to ask you for your 24 words. Ledger is never going to ask you for your 24 words. So if it asks you the 24 words, basically it's not a Ledger official one. So that's the easy one. And for the mobile, yeah, well, we are trying to fight really hard with Google in order to avoid having copycats that appear on the Play Store. With Apple, it's a bit easier because they're filtering really well the fake apps. So make sure that you get the link from the website too, so that you make sure that you have the right app. But again, if it's an app that's going to ask you for the 24 words, it's not us.
All right, okay, so there you have it. And the very last question I have for you here says, will you be making any new device anytime soon? I bet this is the same for Pascal earlier on.
So that's like, I would say, joker, because if like Pascal told about a secret project,
Okay.
I think kind of everyone understood a bit what it was. So I'm not, let's say, able to answer that. But we are always working, let's say, like fake answer. We are always trying to work to provide you the best product.
All right. So guys, keep sending us your queries. We're working very hard to, improve the best security we have with our devices, our services for you. And so there you have it. So all too soon, our event is coming to an end. We thank you all viewers at home right now for joining us. It was great having you and all the questions you sent our way. But today, we all heard a lot about Ledger Live, so we don't want to leave you empty-handed in a way. So we have a video which is ready, a Ledger Live campaign video which is ready to go live now, today, and you're getting it exclusive today through Ledger Decoded. So kindly sit back and enjoy this Ledger Live video, which would give you all the, the secrets to what Ledger Live is, its strength, and all promises it hopes to, deliver to you when you use it. So thank you very much once again, and enjoy the video, and we hope to see you again sometime next year.
I wanted to invest in cryptocurrencies. Is it possible to buy, sell, exchange, stake, or lend them?
But of course, Mr. Jones. You can buy, sell,
Exchange, stake, or lend them. It's the basis of our profession.
Yeah, obviously. And everything is secured. Anyone want a coffee?
No, thanks.
Yes, a long one.
Make mine a decaf.
Oh, go on then. And I'll have just a drop of milk. Can I buy, sell, or exchange cryptocurrencies as I want? Yes, no problem at all. It's true that you have...
Mama, I can't talk right now. I'll call you back later.
Can I earn interest with cryptocurrencies? Yes, you can invest in them by staking or lending. It's all here in the file right there. Take it. No, I'll just trust you. Trust is important. Hi, can I ask you something about cryptocurrencies? Do you know what's really important when you're buying? Two things really matter: security and ownership of your coins. All right. What counts is the key that gives you access to your coins, your private key. The person who has access to this key really owns the associated coins and can do whatever he wants with them. This person must be you. But when you buy coins online, you don't own this key. The exchange does. This means you are not in control. It's like if you buy a house and give the key to someone else. You want to go inside, you have to ask for permission, and you're not even sure you'll be allowed. Ding dong. Can I go in my house? Not today, maybe tomorrow. Well, if you keep the key, you can do whatever you want. So, to give you full control over your crypto, Ledger created a solution that enables you to secure and own this key. The hardware wallet, combined with the Ledger Live application, is the best way to secure your funds while giving you the freedom to manage everything on your own. This is how it works. Your private key always remains offline in the hardware wallet. Nobody can access it or use it except you. You'll need this key to access Ledger Live main services, just like in a house where the master key gives you access to all the rooms and facilities. With Ledger, buy, sell, manage, exchange crypto, and earn interest without ever compromising the security of your coins. That's it. Couldn't be more simple.